Zeck's big dedication. For Ira.
Just fine.
Good. Are you guys okay? Everybody good?
So
Good to see you.
How are your knees?
Starting his new job, he has to start
recruited, so to speak, to come to Dallas, and a conference that I felt like had great merit, and new people I would be working with, new physicians in Dallas, to evaluate that conference with the president of the medical staff. And John, before I did, he was selected by the folks I would be working with was Dr. Zeck Lieberman and his lovely wife Marilyn. Distinguished doctors, Dr. Zeck Lieberman.
Inspirational, committed, and trusted man we know. Dad, you're a highly principled man. You have many great attributes. Your strength, honor, and integrity are only a few. We isolate any of your qualities when they are all so deeply intertwined, connected, and balanced with each other.
Perspective and integrity in the moment of choice are as balanced and grounded as his are. His responsibility, Dad, you're the model of integrity in everything good.
A couple of years ago.
We're extremely privileged to have you as our father. The caring and unselfish way.
This simply means he's still at the hospital. He's in surgery at Baylor University Medical Center for 40 years, as you've heard in that time. And over half have been trained.
He's been our doctor on a number of occasions, and he has a wonderful personality, and I think he's just as great as everybody said. And analyze how Zeck came to be like he is. Now, first of all, I grew up in the same county 10 miles away in a little town called Stockdale, even smaller than Floresville. And I did a little research about Floresville with the help of Sheila at the City Hall and Hilda in the library, of course. Now, Floresville is in Wilson County. It's 25 miles south of San Antonio. The first settlers were Spanish immigrants from the Canary Islands, Don Francisco Flores de Arroyo. Floresville got a jailhouse in 1887, a restaurant in 1892, a bank and a high school in 1902, and a creamery in 1903. The Lieberman store, the dry goods store, started, according to Ira, in 1950. And when Zeck lived there, the population...
And the building now begins to come into focus. Again, Live Oak Street and the Exalt Park is right across the street. And the building enlarges itself, so we get a better view. And we're very pleased with the design that the team has worked on. And this is a view from the Live Oak side of the street, looking at the research facility. And the program will be called the Baylor Institute for Immunology Research. And Dr. Fortran will take you on a little tour on some of the functionality.
And I can tell you, Zeck, that everyone in this room feels that same privilege tonight. God bless you, Zeck. To which others measure themselves in all of the disciplines of the medical profession. That is unparalleled in its effectiveness and in its humanity.
No way. No, I'm usually not speechless, but I really have to. In fact, usually when people talk, I usually take a pencil and paper and write things down all the time. And I tried that tonight, and I didn't write a thing. I asked Rabbi Stern if in the Jewish religion, do they bury you before you die? And if he doesn't know the answer is yes. No, I don't really know where to start. I did get started in Floresville, and we were the county seat. Stockdale was that little town down south where the farmers were. and Steve was right. My mother and dad, they wouldn't believe it, but God, would they be proud? You know, my dad wouldn't understand this at all. And then to have my brother and sister here, Randy Rutledge, my roommate and friend for so many years, and so everybody here I've just known for so darn long. It's unbelievable. And I tell my kids all the time that you want to know people, but you want to know people over time. You don't want to have just lots of friends. You want to have people over time. And there's lots of people here that I've known for a long time, John. Number one is relationship with people, and this is Steve and Randy and I meet every Tuesday morning and have breakfast, and we end up talking about the same thing all the time, about how important it is to have friends, long-time family, kids, work, all the things that called Susan the other night and fussed at her because she's doing a few things at one time. She's going to read at Yom Kippur service, she's building a house, trying to train for a marathon, raise 4 kids. And she sounded tired to me. I said, I've been worried about you. She said, Dad, I got home sooner than you did. So they sort of dragged me along the line. They taught me a lot. They still teach me a lot. In Baylor, there's no way to say how I feel about Baylor. I was lucky to be allowed to practice at Baylor, and Boone's dad was just like another father. I've had quite a few fathers. My own father was unbelievable. And when he passed away, Marilyn's dad became a father. And then Boone Sr. was just an unbelievable person. No reason to have a relationship like he allowed me to have. And when I saw that building, when you said that, John Fortran and Boone came to me one day and said, hey, you got to help us form a cancer center. And I said, no, I don't know about that. And so Fred Rhodes, we were on a committee, and we had sort of planned a cancer program under Boone Sr. He always used to have these study programs, but as you'd study it, he'd do them before you're out of the meeting. And so I thought, well, what the heck, we don't know how to do that. We'll ask Boone Sr. to come down and tell us how we plan a cancer center, because none of us, we're a bunch of doctors,